Hi, everyone. My name is Charmaine, and I'm the dietitian that helps people reverse type 2 diabetes with plant-based eating. And today I have Emily here, who is one of our clients in the Reversing Diabetes program. And I'm so excited to have her here. You can say hi to everyone, Emily.
Hi, everyone.
Awesome. So, Emily, what made you reach out to me in the first place?
So I was on the fence about it, and I just kept watching TikToks, and I went to the doctor and I didn't get results that I was happy about. I've been on up and down with it for the last almost 18 years now. And I finally said, hey, let's just give this a try. It's something different. I've been doing all the different diets, the low carbs, the no carbs and everything. It was a temporary fix, and I was looking for something more permanent because I'm just tired. I'm just tired of all the medication and everything. So I found you, and I kept watching, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and give it a try. So that's where I am today.
Awesome. And so I know it's a big change, right, from what we were used to. It's a huge change because I know you probably have battled this for 18 years. And a lot of times you were told like you need to do low carb. And so it's such a big difference. So what makes you motivated to, change your lifestyle? What's your why?
My why is definitely be myself now. Over the years, having 4 children, taking care of them, working 2 full-time jobs. Wow. Never really had time to put myself first. So my oldest son, he is graduating from college. Awesome. And so he was like, Mom, it's time for you to take care of you. Why don't you do something that takes care of you? You've done taking care of us, and now we can actually take care of ourselves. But with your guidance, of course, still, but you need to take time for you. And that really, really hit me, brought me to tears, of course. And so, yeah, he's like, well, we'll support you and everything. And then that's where I was like, okay, well, this is what I want to do. I talked to my family. I said, well, this is going to make a big change, and if you guys are on board with it, you guys can, try it with me. If not, at least support me. And then they were all board on it. And so they're like, oh, well, you don't really have to cook for us. We'll just cook for ourselves. You just go ahead and take care of your meals. And if we like it, we'll try it. And if not, we'll just add meat to everything. So my why was to take care of me finally after raising my children and putting myself behind everything. So now I'm always taking care of me. So
I love that. It sounds like you have amazing kids. You raised 4 amazing kids, and it sounds like you're a great mother. And I do hear this a lot of times. A lot of mothers tell me that they feel like they haven't been taking care of themselves. And this is, reversing diabetes isn't just reversing diabetes. It's time for you to take care of yourself. So I love that you shared that. That's awesome. And so how has it been transitioning to a plant-based lifestyle? How has it been on this journey with reversing diabetes, would you say?
It's been pretty easy, pretty simple. I done, the keto and stuff, and I always was making things too complicated at first. But after watching all the modulars and watching videos and how it's just simple things, I didn't go in telling myself I have to be 100%, but I did go in doing switching off and just completely the first 4 weeks just all plant-based, and just but the meals and the planning and everything is just so simple. I don't have to worry about anything. It's just oh, well, I'll cook 2 bags of beans, and I have my brown rice, and then I have all my veggies in the refrigerator. All I have to do is grab it and go. And I just made it so simple that it was just easy for me. And adding all the flavors and the carbs and the fruits, it was what kept me going, because I was satisfied every time I ate. I was happy. My belly was happy because I got to eat the carbs and the fruits and stuff, and I wasn't missing something out. So I wasn't leaning towards something else or grabbing something else because I was always satisfied. And changing your mind to telling yourself that this is a lifestyle and not a diet was a big, big help for me. Giving myself the morning talks, this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to do it, and I'm going to stick to it. And it's not a diet. It's a lifestyle change. And that's one thing that I always have to keep in mind, that it's a lifestyle, not a diet.
Yeah, I love that you said that, it's a lifestyle. That's why I try to tell people, and it's not something you have to do 100% or perfect on. It's more so, really looking at the big picture. And I love that you're able to feel satiated on carbs, right? I mean, I personally have been on low carb diets, and I know that after a whole chicken, I can literally eat a whole chicken and I can still feel hungry because my body just needed the carbohydrates. And so it's so different that, we can eat as much as we want, but we just feel fine. Like we feel full, we feel satiated. So I love that you shared that. That's awesome. And what are the results that you've been seeing on this lifestyle, would you say? And how do you feel?
The feeling is great. The mind, it's so much healthier. I used to be negative Nancy, never positive about anything. And now my mind is just like, oh, I'm just, happy-go-lucky. And I look at things differently. I change my mindset, and I see a lot of great positive, like my eyesights are a lot better. Awesome. The medications, I'm weaning off, and I always look forward to my walks every day. I walk to 2-3 miles every day, and that's I gotta do it. And before I'm like, oh, no, I'm not gonna do it. Maybe tomorrow, It's always foggy brains, and I lost almost 20 pounds, not intentionally, but it's just, and it's simple, it's easy, and, it's good. I like it. It fits in my lifestyle, and my children are now eating more vegetables and trying things that they never thought they would, and they're like, oh, tofu, well, that actually tastes good, and so overall, it's really great for both me and my family, and looking forward to this long life with a plant-based diet.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you're able to influence your family as well. I think that's huge. And I know you mentioned the mindset shift. So what actually, made you to become more positive? Like what do you think it is?
I don't know. I just felt like maybe my body's more cleaner. There's not so many toxics from preservative foods. I don't know what it is, but I just started it, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. And then speaking to Galia and Coach Cara, and just asking them for advice, and the advice that they gave me about writing things down, and asking questions all the time, and just never being afraid to talk about it. And I just feel more clear, and just tell myself this is something good, or just stuff like that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's great. And if you don't mind sharing, you totally don't have to share if you mind sharing, but if you don't mind sharing, do you mind sharing with us what was your last good news from the doctors, and just the numbers and things like that?
Yeah, so a few weeks ago I got my results back, but prior to starting the program, I think it was 2 weeks in, I had a doctor's appointment, and they were really, really concerned with my numbers. I was started out at 13.1. Then it went down to 10, and then went back to 11, and then it came back down to 10.1. And she wasn't really happy with that. And then she had me talk to a diabetic specialist. And so I had to, that's when I started with you. So my number from 10.1, I believe, or 10.3, one of those, came down as she averaged it. I get my blood work next Saturday, so I would definitely find out. But from 10.1 to 6.5, or around 6.1 to 6.5 is what she's averaging my blood sugar to be. And the amazing thing was my cholesterol, or
triglycerides.
Yes, was a magnificent change. It went from 695 to 85 in less than about 4 weeks.
That's amazing.
And the pharmacist that I was supposed to be working one-on-one with to control it, she said, I'm not going to be monitoring you anymore because your numbers dramatically changed and you don't no longer need my assistance. So I was really, really pleased with that. Best news I've got for my numbers to change that quickly. And I feel like it's going to keep going that way because it's not a diet. Like I keep saying, I keep telling everyone in my family, this is not a diet. It's something that I crave to do.
Oh, I love that. I love that. This is something that I crave to do because you feel so good on. It's because you see all the results from this. Yeah. So that is amazing. And the most encouraging also to me is to see you wean off insulin, right? Like you've been on insulin, you are able to wean off insulin. And I think that's amazing because, I think a lot of times people feel like they'll be on insulin for the rest of their life.
Forever. Yeah.
But you're able to wean off and your doctor trusts you. They're like, yeah, like you can do it on your own. So that is amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, she said that she'll be talking to some of her long-term patients about plant-based. She's like, if you can do it and you're seeing results this quickly, maybe I should share it. And I gave her information. So we'll see where it goes.
Awesome. That's great. I love that. I love when our clients are able to show their doctors and their doctors are so surprised. And I think that's good because it just, shares to the world. And a lot of times I think people look to doctors as, authority, which they are. So I think it's amazing if they're able to see the benefits of plant-based and be able to share to other people. So that's so awesome. Is there anything that you would like to say to someone who's on the fence about reversing diabetes? What would you say to them?
I would say give it a try. I mean, as me going through for so many years, going through so many different diets, listening to so many different doctors, being on so many different medication, give it a try. It's not hard. It's very simple. You just have to change your mind and just give it a try. I was on the fence about it and I watched so many TikToks over and over and over until I was like, you know what? If I don't try it, then I'll never know. Just trust your instincts, and if it keeps pulling you in, then it's something that is worth trying, and I guarantee that you'll feel great if you try it.
I think it's awesome just to see just you not just changing your lifestyle but also changing your mindset. I think that is really important.
Yeah, for me that's the big plus. That's like my number one thing, is because I changed my mind so much because I was set in my ways. But I'm not even worried about like the ways or anything, but the mind is such a powerful thing. If you can change your mind and try it, then you can change anything.
Yeah, I love that. And I always tell people, like, if you don't believe that this works, it's not going to work for you. But if you believe that it works, if you really just work on your mindset, it's going to work for you. And I think that's awesome because it's not just, like we got you with the food part, right? Like we got and Cara, but what what our clients have to work on, it's really the mindset. So I love that. Thank you so much for sharing, Emily. I really appreciate you. And it's amazing to see you transform from day one to, the last day. And so it's definitely amazing. And thank you so much for being on here for us. And for those of you who are watching, if you want to learn more about the science of how I help people reverse their diabetes and get off medications, then make sure to check out my free training. Link is in the description, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.